Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another home theater hangout with yours truly. And we are joined today by guest Ealan Osborne.
Hello.
You know what? You should do the
How are
same for
you?
your channel. So let's reverse this.
Okay. Hey, welcome everybody to my channel, Ealan Osborne. And if you're watching, that's great because I don't think I let anyone know this was about to happen. So if you just were perusing and came across this and now you're watching, thanks. I'm joined by special guest Shane Lee.
Hey, how you doing, Ealan?
Great.
Nice. So today we are going to be talking about the new Superman movie, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing at home on our own home theaters and yours as well behind you.
hmm When did you see it?
So I saw it on Thursday, so at the first showing on opening. I did miss it
Wow.
by I think they had an Amazon showing like the Wednesday before, but I missed out on those tickets. Plus, I wasn't willing to drive an hour away to the IMAX, which was in the next city down.
Mm.
So I caught the Thursday showing, and I did see the movie three times. I saw it Thursday in Dolby. I saw it Friday in 3D, real 3D, and then I saw it again yesterday in Dolby once again with my wife. So three times in total.
Ooh.
I would have seen it at IMAX. They are renovating my local IMAX over here. So we'll see. Maybe in another time. Next month, I think it's opening up. When did you see it, Elan?
I saw it just a few hours ago. I
Hmm.
saw it at 1:20 Pacific Standard Time today, Monday, July 14th. But of course, it didn't start until like 1:50, 2 o'clock because there's so many trailers and so
Yeah.
many ads. And including, because they showed a few trailers, and then they had the gall to show us a Google AI ad.
Really?
Like, and then they showed a couple more trailers after that. And then, like, the whole, like, because it's a Cinemark. That's where I saw it. That's honestly the only theater in town because my town's not that big. So, but I
Gotcha.
did see it in the XD. It's like the
Oh yeah.
faux IMAX.
Yeah. The big screen version. Yeah.
Yeah. So I at least got to see it in the biggest format that's available here.
Does is that has like the premium sound system, right? Is it Barco or is it Dolby or DTS?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But yeah, it is the premium sound system compared to the other just normal theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, guys, who is here in the chat today. And, any pressing questions, feel free to drop a super chat. But we'll try to get to some of your questions towards the end when we are finished giving our thoughts on Superman 2025. But let's go ahead. We would assume that a lot of you guys have probably already seen it. If you haven't seen it, it's in the title. This is a spoiler discussion, spoiler review. So we're going to spoil the hell out of it. So if you haven't seen it, maybe click off and come back again. If you just don't care, just hang out and drop some questions anyways and just watch. And if
Yeah.
it's your first time here, either on Elan's channel or my channel, subscribe to each other. We really appreciate it. And hit that like button. It will really help out both of our videos and channels.
Like Shane's and then go over to my channel and like
Yes.
mine.
Yes.
It's really not that hard. Just a couple clicks.
Couple clicks, man.
That's
Couple
all
clicks.
we ask.
All right, so let's get into it. Elan, since it's fresh in your mind, just saw it. Go over the plot really quick. Like, what does this movie entail?
Well, for one, this is one of the few, if any, beginning Superman movies because obviously this is James Gunn, the director. It's his first foray into his new role as head of DC, just Kevin Feige is for Marvel.
Yep.
So this was his first one. It's fresh, it's new. So it was an interesting choice to start off this entire new chapter of this DC universe without the Superman origin story.
Hmm.
It just picks right out because you've got text. I mean, obviously, everyone who's joining us has probably already seen it, but you've got the text to read at the beginning, and yeah, it was pretty cool how they. I mean, I don't know. I appreciated it
Yeah.
because in 2025 we've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
can
basically,
you can watch all the different versions and the Snyder version and the
yeah.
the original one and get the origin if you want, but I liked how they went straight into the story and straight into the action.
Yeah, so we get text on screen, very much like Star Wars starts off. It gives a little history of like everything is in three for some reason. Like 3 centuries ago, the first metahumans appeared, and 3 decades ago, something happened, and what's in your mind? What
Three
happened in
three years ago,
yeah,
and then 3 months ago, and 3 weeks and 3 hours. Yeah,
yeah,
I thought that was pretty funny.
yeah. And this is the opening. It starts off where Superman's in the snow. This
Mhm.
is 3 hours ago, or was it 3 hours or 3 minutes ago? Superman lost his first battle in the 3 years that he's been Superman.
Right. Yeah. Which I thought was kind of cool because that's exactly how the first trailer started too. So we're
Hmm.
like, oh, okay. They're starting off the movie just like we started off the trailer.
Yeah,
So again, another thing I appreciated about it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, then it was basically uh, a, a story about war and conflict between two nations, Earth, which I can granted, what is it, Baravia, I think they called it.
yeah. Baravian Jurhanpur, I think.
Yeah, so I can only imagine that it was based off of the current Russia-Ukraine conflict,
Yeah, probably,
because
maybe.
when the Baravians, his staff, when the Baravian president and his staff are talking to each other, it sounds like Russian to me. Um, so yeah, just kind of a little close to home in that regard, but it seemed like the people who were in the smaller country that was being invaded seemed more like Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's probably because they have lots of oil, or who knows.
Was there a conflict in Man of Steel? Wasn't there?
Like a political conflict,
Yeah, wasn't
or
that
or
touched on or something like that?
I think so. Gosh, it's been too long since I've seen that one.
Yeah, I feel like there might have been. If
But
there's a political conflict, guys, in Man of Steel, drop it down
yeah,
there in the comments.
yeah, because I do remember, yeah, how Henry Cavill's Superman just kind of floats in the air above a bunch of like military people and tanks and stuff, and I do
Yeah.
remember that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think there was some
Okay.
sort of war or conflict going on
Yeah.
that he was getting in the middle of. Um, so that way,
And the conflict was started by Lex in order to lure Superman in so he
yes,
could kill a Superman. That's basically the gist of the story, right?
yeah,
Essentially.
essentially. Um, I mean, yeah, really, that's what it comes down to, and then just the fact that Lex behind the scenes was,
Yeah.
funding one side, and yeah, that the full circle of Lex's arc was actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens? I mean, I saw it 3 times. You just saw it. Oh,
But
the
also
little.
the journalists, the people that work at the Daily Planet, they were pretty heavily part of the story, which I thought
Yeah.
was actually kind of cool.
Mhm.
How like this is one of the few Supermans where like they show the importance of journalism, and the whole conversation and interview that Lois Lane
Yeah.
and Clark Kent have in Lois's apartment.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that scene kind of went a little bit too long.
Oh, you
Like
thought so?
especially if there's kids. Because I don't know, in my
Mm.
mind I was like, man, if
Did you go with your
there's
kids?
a lot. No,
Oh,
we
you didn't go with your kids. Okay.
we dropped them off at
I
mom's
personally like
house.
that scene. I like that scene.
Oh, definitely. I
Yeah.
liked it, but at the same time, I was like, man, if there's like a 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, they're probably like checking their watch right now because it's just a bunch of adults talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yes, I personally enjoyed it because the fact that the hard hitting questions that Lois is asking him
yep,
is really getting on Clark's nerves. But at the same time, that's journalism. That's how
yeah,
we should be treating journalism right now, which is again, I don't want to speak too much about politics right now, but that's the opposite of what is happening currently. That everybody's just asking very easy questions and really not like probing much because they don't want to get in trouble or blacklisted or whatever. So yeah, it was good to see just that side of the Daily Planet, and just honestly how good of a journalist that Lois is, because yeah, she was just firing back at Clark, like, why do you say that? How come you do this? Why didn't
yeah.
you do this? So yeah, it was pretty cool. I like that.
And we could see how Clark or Superman, he's in Superman mode, was getting a little bit annoyed because he just feels like he's doing good,
Mm.
whereas Lois is coming at it like, listen, you just can't fly in and just do what you want to do. So he's getting a little peeved at this. And there was a line where she brings up social media, and
Mhm.
he's like, Superman doesn't have time to do all that. She's like, why are you referring to yourself in the third person?
Mhm.
He's like, I'm just thinking of something that would sound cool in the my next interview, because he interviews himself as Clark in Superman.
Right.
And he brings up hashtag super shit, and then he's just like, it bothers me.
Right. That was a good line. I mean,
So
yeah, when he said that, even like the entire crowd like
yeah,
erupted in laughter with that one.
so we're getting a little piece of his character in this story. Like he's not like this stoic Superman that we all kind of might think of Superman being from the cartoons and the comics. He's he's only been Superman 3 years. So I think he's still kind of newish at being a superhero. So I think
Hmm.
he's still navigating in this particular movie, which I think
Hmm.
I've heard a lot of discourses like, Superman's kind of like a bro Superman. He's just kind of he doesn't have it all together yet, which I think is meant to be him still being young in his career.
Yeah, yeah, which is again a new light
Yeah,
uh, brought to Superman by James Gunn, the writer, because yeah, we haven't really seen him struggle in this way. Especially just man, he got the shit kicked out of him a lot. like
yeah.
like for most of the movie, like
It would
he
so
was not dominating.
I was thinking of it. It's just like every Transformers movie. We all think Optimus Prime is unstoppable, but literally every Transformers movie, Optimus gets his ass kicked during
Yeah,
the entire movie, and then he always comes back in the last fight to win the battle.
right.
So this is what happens to Superman in this
Yeah,
movie.
he gets his shit together. He realizes how he can overcome this and that, and um, you know, using his brain over his brawn,
Yeah.
as he
Which brings
says in
us,
the movie.
yeah. So after the interview with Lois and Clark that we saw in the trailers, he
Mhm.
fights. No, this happens right before he fights the Hammer of Bravia.
Yeah.
This happens right before that conversation, which we're just going to spoil it. The Hammer is just a clone of Superman. That's what it is. But we're going back to Superman 4, where Lex steals a piece of his hair and clones
Mhm.
Superman.
Right.
That's who Ultraman slash Hammer of Boravia is.
Yes. Yeah, that was a cool reveal towards the end. I mean, I'm honestly not like a huge
Yeah.
DC fan. I've never really read any DC comics actually. I read Marvel comics like when I was in junior high and stuff, but yeah, so that fact, I'm sure everybody else who has actually read a DC comic was like, "Oh yeah, Ultraman's like just a clone of Superman."
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
don't know if he is. I don't know if that's Ultraman's real origin or not,
Yeah.
but I was hoping it was going to be, because the rumor was Ultraman might be Henry Cavill.
Oh.
So I was waiting for that reveal the entire movie. And then when the mask first came off, I was like, yo, is that Henry Cavill? Then he was like, he goes, it's your clone. I was like, oh, that is him, Corn Sweat.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a bummer. But
Right.
get your expectations in check, I guess.
Yeah. But
But
I thought it was cool though. Like, yeah, the because James Gunn wrote it and he directed it, um, there were definitely some really cool like James Gunn moments,
yeah.
like the whole Mr. Terrific battle, that fight scene where he's got that dome around Lois Lane and then he's
Oh yeah,
killing
yeah,
all
yeah.
those people on that base. That
Well,
is such a James Gunn
well,
scene.
like in the trailers when we get before we get to the that part, I think that giant kaiju that we see in the trailers,
Oh
he
yeah, yeah.
actually starts off as a little. He looks like Stitch or is it Lilo? I'm not sure which the
Stitch.
little creature is in Lilo and Stitch,
Yeah.
but he looks like Otis. Otis is in the movie,
Mhm.
although he's no longer a white guy. He's a black dude now. So Otis is in it. He's not quite as campy and funny as Otis from the '78 Superman. He's just like one of his henchmen, and he
Mhm.
only says his name once towards the end. Like I didn't know who this guy was. So towards the end, he says Otis, and that's when they drop down the building before the Earth splits
Yeah.
apart. So
Right.
that's I picked up on that towards the end. But the kaiju was released into the city so that Lex and the engineer and Ultraman could go into the Fortress of Solitude to look for
Yeah.
something to make Superman look bad. So
Yeah.
that's why that kaiju is in that trailer, is to distract him and the Justice Gang, which is the first time that we see the Justice Gang. And they're called the Justice Gang, not the Justice League, despite there being a JL on their outfits. I didn't get that.
Yeah. 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 Because that was actually that was cool. I liked it how um, like fairly quickly too that Lex found the Fortress of Solitude and compromised it and got in there and was what's her face? Who's the who's who's the one that has all those
Oh,
nanobites or
yeah, the
nano?
engineer. Yeah, she's the
Yeah,
engineer.
the engineer. That's right.
Yeah, so I guess while he was fighting the hammer at the start of the movie, I think they were tracking him. So then when he flew back home, where he was in the snow, and then Crypto saves him, she was following him
Hmm.
to the Fortress of Solitude so they could learn his location. And since Lex had cloned Superman, the Fortress of Solitude retracts into the ground when Superman's not there. When Superman shows up, the fortress comes out of the ground, and then he can go in. So it only comes out of the ground because it's attached to Superman's DNA.
Hmm.
So when it goes back into the ground, and Soups is fighting the kaiju, Lex and the crew go over to the fortress, and of course, since he's got a clone, the fortress comes out of the ground. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like Lex, I'm gonna have to drill into this. He goes, don't worry, I got you
You're right.
here. And all of a sudden, the fortress emerges, and they knock out all of Superman's robots. I think it's like number 4, number 12, and something else.
Hmm.
Which, let's be real, none of the robots were really. I don't know what they do there. I guess they just keep maintenance because they weren't very tough.
Yeah, that's it. Must be the only thing that, or like when they helped him recover after that first scene.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think they're just to help around and maintain and heal, help him heal. But yeah, I don't think they're meant to be, like defense robots to
and they kept
protect the Fortress of Solitude.
they kept saying, at least in the main guy that you saw in the trailers that's on the ground and Superman's holding, that's number 4. He's like the main
Mhm.
dude, the main robot.
Right.
And I guess all of them were. He's always saying like, "Oh, we're robots. We don't have any emotion. We don't care." Blah blah blah.
Right.
They kept saying that, like reiterating that fact. When in fact we know that they do care because he calls Superman his friend and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then I think they defeat the kaiju. And then
Mm.
during the whole kaiju fight, the Justice Gang, they just want to kill the kaiju. Whereas Superman, he's flying around saving squirrels, he's saving people. He wants to save the kaiju and bring it to an intergalactic zoo to study it. Whereas
Mhm.
the Justice Gang is just like, let's just take care of it and just wipe it out.
Yeah.
So during this whole thing, this whole fighting sequence, we learn that Superman really is he cares for the people, like
And
Christopher
all
Reeve.
creatures.
Yeah. So during the entire movie, we Superman's always like saving people, doing all this kind stuff. But while Lex is killing all the robots in the fortress, he steals this video message from
Mhm.
Jor-El and Lara, which basically Superman has only known of this message that was sent to him as a baby, where Jor-El, played by Cooper, aka
Mhm.
Rocket Raccoon,
Right.
was like, "Oh, we love you, Kal-El. We sent you to Earth to be good," or something like that.
Mhm.
So that was his mission. Superman's mission statement was just to be good and take care of the Earth. So they steal them. So half of that message was corrupted. So the engineer broke into the fortress, stole that message, but then she deciphered the other half of the message that was supposedly lost. During
Mhm.
that message, what was that message?
That Superman was supposed to rule over everyone, and if anyone got in his way, to destroy them, basically.
Sorry,
Yeah.
as Drax would do.
Right. Why would I put my thumb across my neck?
So this is essentially, if you guys had watched Brightburn, the idea was that the boy or Brandon was sent to Earth, which is essentially the evil version of the Superman origin story. He
Mm.
was sent to Earth in Brightburn, that is, to take over the world.
Yeah.
And the James Gunn's brothers wrote that story, which I'm sure had influenced this story in some way. So it's essentially the same thing. Or if you watched Invincible on Amazon or read the comic book, the Viltrumites, same thing.
Mm.
He spent
I
sent
don't
here.
know, but do you think that was just because it's in a different language? Do you think it was doctored by Lex and his goons, or do you think that's really what the parents said?
I don't know. I was waiting for that the whole time, but then we get to the end of the movie, and here's just a little frame of reference. When Superman, every time Superman goes to his fortress, the robots are playing this message from Jor-El and his mom
Right.
because it soothes him.
Yeah.
Toward at the end of the movie, that message is no longer playing because they were telling him to plant his seed around the world and take over and have a harem of women, which obviously is against human morality.
Right.
So at the end of the movie, the message that he now plays is just kind of like some family videos of his mom, Pa Kent,
Mhm.
which relaxes him when he's in the chair getting juiced up by the sun. That's pretty much how it ends. So I think I wanted it to be, and maybe in part two they would kind of like say, yeah, the message was doctored, but it's like if they do that, wouldn't that kind of undermine the whole thing of him now caring about that message with his parents?
Right. Like, oh well, I like Mom and Pa Kent too.
Yeah.
Still though.
What else? So we break into the fortress. We Lex. Oh, so Lex breaks into the fortress. He kidnaps Crypto.
Yeah.
Superman finds out that Crypto has been kidnapped because during the fight with the kaiju, they get that message that says, "Kal-El, you were sent here to take over and rule over the Earthlings because they're
Mhm.
simple-minded and build your harem." So they send that out to social media. Social media sends this out on the big jumbotron in the middle of Metropolis.
Right.
Everybody's on their phone. They're just like, all of a sudden, they just turn on Superman. They're just like, "We hate you." In the trailers, that dude throws the can at his head.
Right.
So now everybody hates Superman. And then they go back to the one of the buildings, Justice Gang, where it's in the trailer
Yeah.
as well, where Superman's kind of leaning over the thing. It's an upshot, and then Guy Gardner's like, "Dude, you have a secret harem?"
Right.
Then Superman's like, "No." Hulker goes, "So is that message real?" And then Mr. Terrific was like, "No, I know his team of people. They wouldn't lie. Real." Because Mr. Terrific is like the smartest man on the earth or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Hulk Girl goes, "Where did they get this message? I don't know why it took Superman this long to realize they were at his fortress. Like, where else would they get this message from?
Right.
She's like, where did he get the message? He's like, ding, flies off to the fortress, finds out Crypto's gone, flies over to Luthor Corp's office, smashes his desk through the window, confronts
Right.
Luthor, Lex. Where's the dog, Luthor? And he's like real smug. He goes, I don't know what dog you're talking about. He goes,
Yeah.
it's like, and then Miss Tessmacher is streaming this to social media. He's like, Luthor, he's just a dog. Where is he? And he's sipping his coffee. He's like, I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog with a silly cape.
Yeah.
So he's saying this under his breath. And Superman's just like, he's a dog. And then it cuts to a new scene, Superman flipping out. And he's like, so he was sent here from another planet to take over the Earth, and he's losing his mind. He's going into a rage. So now everybody hates him.
Mhm.
Superman then flies back to his apartment. He floats through the window. And this other scene that we've all seen of that big alien floating in the sky where he's putting on his boots, that's actually an interdimensional imp that the Justice Gang is out there fighting. And then as Superman goes into his apartment, he sits down. Lois is in there, clicks on the light, and she's looking out the window. She's like, oh, you were helping them? He goes, no, it's just an interdimensional imp. They got this.
Yeah.
So that kind of plants the seed for us that like this has been going on for a long time. So it's just like,
Yeah.
So it's like every day in Metropolis. And then they share a moment. Lois and Clark shares their moment, and then they have this whole speech about being a punk rocker.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess they were talking about, I forget what it was. Like Lois is getting on him about, oh no, Clark goes, Superman goes, I'm not here to take over the world. And Lois is like,
Mhm.
I didn't think so. And then they transition into like talking about music or something like that. And then she's like, you care for everybody and you think everybody's beautiful.
Mhm.
He's saying that the bands that he likes is punk rock. And she's like, no, I'm punk rock. The bands that
Mhm.
you like are like pop music, rock or something like that, pop.
Right.
And then he's like, well, and she's like, you just care too much about people. And he goes, well, maybe caring is punk rock.
Right.
And I was like, oh. I don't know. For some reason, that was like touching. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I guess kind of like crept up on me. I was like, all right, it's a little touching, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're making it seem like it's like nothing, but it was a touching moment between the two. And then Superman gets up. He goes, since the world is after him, Rick Flag is in the movie. He's part of like this Pentagon or something like that. And they want to take Superman in. So Superman is like very much like they did in Man of Steel, where Superman turns himself
Mhm.
into the government.
Right.
Superman gets up. He's like, I'm going to turn myself in. And Lois is like, why? He goes, Crypto's out there. And he's lonely and he's scared. He's not a very good dog. And that had everybody laughing in the theater,
Yeah.
the way he said it.
Yeah.
And then, which lets you know that Superman cares about like all creatures, where he
Mhm.
just wants to get captured so he can find out if Lex had taken him to the jail so he could find out if Crypto was there.
Mhm.
Which then he ends up in this a pocket dimension,
Right.
which Lex had invented by creating a Big Bang or something like that, which
Mhm.
are interdimensional portals where you can go in this weird dimensions and travel different parts of the world. I think
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like an intermediary between different portals that he's created. Which, to be fair, is a little goofy, but I kind of got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too, how they took him to that one guy who can
Mm.
materialize
Yeah,
anything,
yeah, we got
even
Metamorpho.
otherworldly.
Yeah, so they take Superman in. They bring him over to the jail, which is Planet Watch. Planet Watch is like Lex's team of people that want to bring down Superman, apparently, and they have like a interdimensional jail.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, hashtag super shit as part of the social media tactics to take down Superman, make him look bad, is led by a bunch of monkeys.
Right. I thought that was cool.
which
Which
I
is not too far from the
yeah,
truth. A lot of the people you're arguing with online are just
God,
bots.
yeah. So the bots are basically monkeys. Like I got it, because listen, I get a lot of hate and stuff on my channel in the comment section. So I, yeah, I get you guys are trolls. Maybe you guys are all monkeys, and you guys are just like
Yeah.
we hate you, whatever. We don't trust your shill, blah 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 blah.
Right.
So Lex, he's in the interdimensional jail, the pocket dimension jail. Lex puts him in the same room as Metamorpho. Metamorpho can make kryptonite, which
Yeah.
poisons him.
Because
This
you can't have a Superman movie without kryptonite at some point, right?
kryptonite is all gone in this story. Like there's no kryptonite on the Earth,
Hmm.
which leads me to believe probably one man has all the kryptonite. Bruce Wayne probably has it.
Yeah.
That's Batman for you guys. I mean, there was no mention of Batman as far as I know.
No.
But in order to what did he want with Superman? He wanted some kind of information, didn't he? Because he brought in the
He
guy
brought in the guy
from the
that
falafel
helped him.
stand,
Yeah. Yeah.
which, by the way, Lex
Oh,
execute.
he wanted to know where. Well, one of the questions he asked him was, where do your actual like Earth parents live?
Oh yeah.
And he didn't want to disclose that information because
So he plays the guy in the trailer. When Superman was in the ground, you see like I think he's a Middle Eastern guy, Indian guy or something. He helped Superman out of that ditch that he was in. That's
yeah,
the guy who was in this scene, which Lex was threatening him with, try to get information from Superman.
yeah,
Superman, I don't even know this guy. He gave me a meal once. He goes, that's all. And spinning the gun, doing Russian roulette, and then it just goes off, and he shoots him and kills him, which was very
I was
surprising. I didn't.
surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah,
caught me totally off
yeah,
guard.
man. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, they're going there. I really wasn't expecting that. I mean, sure, it was a wide shot when they actually
Yeah,
shot him, not like a close up, but
yeah. It
still.
wasn't like blood spray everywhere, but he did
Yeah,
fall out of the chair. He hit
yeah.
the ground.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay.
man, I guess this isn't exactly a kid's movie because there's, yeah, a couple scenes
Yeah.
like that. Oh, by the way, there's about 5 times they say shit in the movie. I think I counted
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 times.
Right.
That's like the main big cuss word.
Yeah.
So after Lex shoots him, Metamorpho, who has his kryptonite hand, starts crying because the cell adjacent to them is Metamorpho's baby. He's a little green baby who looks like mini Metamorpho.
Right.
So he knows that Lex is not playing around, that he will kill my son. So after he sees that, he's like, so you said you can go get my son for me? And Superman's like, yes. So he retracts the kryptonite hand. He's like, why do you still look ugly? Because he was poisoned by kryptonite. So he's like all
Right.
wrinkled and old looking.
Mhm.
He goes, I don't know. He goes, it's probably because I get healed by the sun. So he asks Metamorpho to make a sun. He gives this big flare. Superman heals up. He breaks through the glass, which is a trailer that we've all seen.
Mhm.
Shoots across, rescues the baby. And then it goes a little bonkers in this part because
Yeah. When they're like in the anti-proton river,
yeah, the Proton
it's
River, yep.
like wow.
Which if you've seen either Minecraft or the movie with Adam Sandler, Pixels,
Yeah.
where when he shoots the cat and the centipede and all that in Pixels, they kind of break up in these little cubes. There's this
Right.
river, the Proton River, which apparently if you fall into, you'll just disintegrate or something, per Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Although the bad guys were in it, Lex's bad guys were in it. I didn't see them disintegrate.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe or yeah, I mean it obviously it didn't affect
And this whole sequence is it's really cartoony. This is very
yeah, just cuz yeah,
yeah
CGI
super
everywhere.
CG. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was very reminiscent of the CG that was kind of in the Flash,
Oh yeah.
which yeah. I just I was like, that's kind of goofy, but all right. It's I get the world that he was building.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was just like, all right, we'll just take it in. It was an okay scene, and during this whole thing where He rescues the baby. They fall into the Proton River. Lex's bad guys are coming to kill Superman because he's still kind of weak, but he's holding the baby, not dropping it into the river. So during the whole time, he's holding it out of the colorful Rainbow River and fighting off bad guys. Mr. Terrific is there with Lois because they went to go find Superman. So he's got his little T-spheres kind of like roaming the whole vicinity, and he's like, "Oh, I found Superman. He's the baby, a flying dog, and a squiggly man."
Yeah.
But essentially, Crypto saves him from going. Well, the Proton River leads into a black hole. So before they get to the black hole, Crypto comes and saves them. Crypto and Metamorpho save them, and they make their way out of the pocket dimension. And during this time, they've uncovered his true plan with the Baravian and Jarhanpur, which they put on social media.
Yeah.
So now Lex looks like the bad guy.
Because what's her face was taking all those selfies.
Miss
and
Tessmacher.
It had very sensitive information in the background of these selfies.
Yes. So in the trailer, Miss Tessmacher is always, the blonde girl. The attractive person was taking selfies of herself, which she was sending to Jimmy Olsen, which, by the way, Jimmy Olsen is a player in this movie. For some reason, every girl in the movie, whether it's girls in the office, Miss Tessmacher, street workers, the prostitutes in Metropolis, all love Jimmy Olsen for some reason.
Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen is the reason why they knew Superman was taken to a pocket dimension, because Miss Tessmacher was snapping selfies and finding out what was going on with Lex's plan behind his back and giving Jimmy all of this information. So Jimmy plays a pretty big part in this movie. Not a huge part, but a very important part. And one of the best characters, I would say.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny that I mean, he's a good-looking guy, but he's not like a 10 out of 10. So the fact that every just that bit just keeps going.
Yeah.
That every woman is just like swooning over him. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's funny because when Lois gets that text, she's like, "Oh, your girlfriend is, so this is the hot girl?" And he was like, "You think she's hot?"
Yeah. It's just everything goes over his head.
Which I think comes back at the end of the movie, because when Miss Tessmacher gives him the hug, she like jumps on him, wraps her legs around him. You get that look on his face. Like, oh, maybe I'll stick with her because she's now hot.
Right. It's finally coming true.
What happens? So Superman gets out of the pocket dimension. Lex's plan is to open up the portal between the dimensions and the real world and split the Earth in half. This is a whole big thing. All while there's that war going on with Jarhanpur and Boravia. Superman sends for the Justice Gang to save the people over there. That's where that little kid was in the trailer, where he was like, "Superman, Superman." Yeah. So Superman never shows up. That kid was probably a little bit disappointed that
I know
Green Lantern shows up instead.
Right.
But that's probably like the one of the smallest parts of the movie. Like, I know it's supposed to be like this big war, but it seemed like it was kind of inconsequential. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because they kept building it up, that there was this conflict, and they kept cutting back to it as tensions were rising.
yeah.
But then yeah, the Justice Gang comes and takes care of things, and it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah. He just, he flips off a couple things in his green finger, and
right, that was pretty cool.
yeah, and that's the end of the war. They like took care of it. When that's going on, Superman is fighting the Engineer and Ultraman. We find out he's his clone.
Yeah.
During this whole fight, he's kind of getting beat up. Like, they're all beating him up.
Yeah.
Well, Ultraman's beating him up. He beats the Engineer pretty handedly. The Engineer is covered in nanobots, kind of like Tony Stark-ish, I guess. They try to suffocate him by sending all the nanos into his mouth and suffocating him, getting to his lungs. That was like the whole thing. Yeah. They cover his eyeballs. Superman flies up into the air. I didn't really get this part. Like, what was the point of this? They cover Superman in nanobots. He flies up in the air. It's lightning speed. Their Ultraman is hanging on to him. Engineer's hanging on to him. Lex is like, just totally cover him up. So he's totally covered in nanobots.
Mm-hmm.
He dive bombs back to Earth. And then I guess his idea was like, oh, they're probably gonna cover me in nanobots, and then I'll use that to shield me from dive bombing to Earth, and it'll kill the other two bad guys. I was like, I didn't quite understand what was the
Yeah.
point of that.
I thought like when he was going up above the atmosphere, I thought it was like once he gets to a certain point, it's going to be so cold that the nanobots no longer function. Like that's what I thought was going to
Yeah,
happen, but no.
I thought he was gonna fly towards the sun. I was
Yeah.
like, apparently that wasn't that. So yeah, I was just like, I don't know what he's doing here. Apparently it worked. He crashes back to the ground. The nanobots come out of his mouth, pulls them all out. Engineer's knocked out. Final battle with Ultraman versus Superman.
Mm.
And this whole battle is basically Ultraman, since he's his clone, he's really stupid.
Yeah.
Lex controls him with a whole room of technicians where they have like every punch and kick has a code assigned to it, like C1. I know it's like, what is it? No, I think it's 1A is where you
Yeah.
get punched in the face, because he said like
Right.
6 times. Like 1A, 1A, 1A,
Yeah.
like C12, whatever. It's kind of like, you've got buttons on your PS5 controller. Each button would coordinate to a specific move. And he's directing all of these because he's been studying Superman for so long. He knows the moves, or Superman knows the moves. So he's pulling off all of these combos on him, Tekken Street Fighter style.
Yep.
And he does this because he has these little globes, these little drones that follow Ultraman, so he can see the fight as it's going on. And he's calling out UFC moves on Superman. He's basically he's like a UFC coach, basically. Superman finds out that, oh, is this how you're watching us from these little drones? He calls Crypto over to get the drones. He's like, Crypto, get the toy. Crypto kill drones. Now it's a mano a mano fight. Superman handedly beats him. But before he beats him, Ultraman does get him in an arm bar,
Yeah.
knocks his arm out of his socket, and Superman sees that there's a train flying by, or is it train or subway or something like that? Dislocates his shoulder, swings Ultraman into the train. The train knocks him into the black hole that was in the pocket dimension. And then in the trailer where he's like, Perfect is like, hey man, stop goofing around or whatever. He goes, I'm doing important stuff.
Yeah.
That's that part of the movie.
I
After
got a
that
good
part,
laugh too
yeah.
in the theater.
Superman, after that final fight, Superman goes and confronts Lex, who's trying to escape through the pocket dimension portal. Superman zips into his office, stops him before he reaches the portal. He has a big monologue, not big monologue, but a quick, brief monologue. It was like, he's human. I was like, Lex, you don't get it. I'm human just like you. I put on my shoes one shoe at a time, and I cry and I love. And Lex is like, blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, you're a Boy Scout or whatever. I don't forget what he says. But then he goes to touch Superman with his finger. Then Crypto automatically just bites him,
Yeah.
drags him around the room. I think he breaks his arm.
I think so,
And
yeah.
yeah. And Superman's like, he's like, dude, let him go. Lets him go. Social media explodes that Lex is the bad guy. Lex tears up. And then we get Superman in his iconic pose, arms crossed. That's pretty much the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, Supergirl shows up at the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
And we find out that Crypto is her dog. And he was just watching Crypto for a while until she got back.
Yeah.
The end.
And Supergirl is a party girl. She doesn't party on Earth because Earth is powered by the yellow sun. Their metabolisms are so quick, since it gets healed by the sun, that she has to fly to planets with a red sun so you can get drunk, so she can get drunk. So she's played up for I mean, curious. I guess this is based on the comic book, so I guess it's comic accurate from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, which would explain like, yeah, Crypto probably would have a little red cape because if she's like a valley girl, they'd probably put a cape or outfits on their dogs. So
Right.
I get it. And he's just like, he goes, yeah. Or number four, the robot that was destroyed is now put
Hmm.
back together.
Yeah.
And Soups and Superman and the robot number four has a little conversation. Number four is like, how come you don't give me a name? And Superman's like, you're number four. He goes, well, Gary's a name.
Yeah.
So Gary, there's a little point at the end of the movie where Superman does call him Gary, and then we get the him watching the video of his parents, and then it ends with Iggy Pop's punk rocker song, which is like a 12-year-old song, so it's a pretty old song, but I guess it fit the movie though. I
Yeah.
like it. It's a catchy little tune. James Gunn has his tunes.
Yeah. He loves his tunes.
Yeah, but did you like the movie?
I did.
Yeah,
It was definitely a tone that just we haven't seen or felt in a while,
yeah,
especially with Zack Snyder trying to take over DC and do his thing and has his big long story arc with several movies, and then it just kind of imploded on itself. So
yeah,
yeah, I liked how everything was bright. There was lots of color in this one.
yeah,
Lots of humor, lots of just kind of lightheartedness, but also some emotional moments. And yeah, I think it's just overall, it's like it had it all, instead of just this one note dark and brooding version. I
yeah,
mean, there's still parts of the Snyderverse that I liked, but I don't know, it just felt a little more like a comic book
yeah.
with the Superman that I just saw today.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like real mixed about it because I had an expectation that this would be. It was still kind of like Guardians, but Guardians still has some darkness to it with some lighthearted
Yeah.
moments.
Hmm.
This one has a sprinkling of dark moments in it with Lex, but for the
Hmm.
most part, it's pretty lighthearted. There's
Yep.
a lot of kind of some of the CG goofiness is in there with the monkeys, the Proton River,
Right.
cute kaiju. There's some jokes. A lot of I want to say like a ton of jokes, but there's definitely more jokes than I think Guardians has. Well, I don't know because they have jokes in Guardians, whereas it's
Yeah.
about the same, I would say.
Right.
And then, of course, it would seem that Superman was getting his butt kicked quite a lot. But I guess if you're thinking about it, yeah, he was getting his kick by himself, essentially, because it was his clone.
Hmm.
He did beat the engineer pretty easily. He did pretty much beat the kaiju. That was pretty easy. He could have just flew it out of the space.
Hmm.
And then, obviously, he turned himself into jail, which Kryptonite was knocking him out. So technically, he was only really getting beat by Ultraman, which is a stronger version of himself,
Hmm.
which was referenced in the movie. And then obviously the team of technicians doing the UFC moves on him is what inevitably let him get his ass kicked nonstop by Ultraman.
Right.
But once he found out about how he was getting his butt kicked, he really beat Ultraman pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So even though
Yeah.
it seemed like he was getting his butt kicked a lot, kind of wasn't, even though it kind of seemed like he did. Like if you think about it.
Yeah. I thought the kaiju looked really good too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
because
because it was messed up because it was like he starts off as a baby, then he grows up. Like, was the kaiju really causing terror on Metropolis, or was he just like a lost giant infant?
yeah, I think that's basically what it was, since it grew
Yeah,
exponentially in a matter of hours.
yeah.
So yeah, it was probably just a lost baby.
And something that's well, let's talk about the characters really quick. What do you think about him as Superman and Lois and all that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I I really liked how, like, just you really got a sense of why he is the way he is and why certain things motivate him in a certain way because of his farm upbringing.
Mm.
Like it really seemed like this was one of the first times that that really came into play. Like, yeah, I want to save my dog. Yeah, I want to save this squirrel. I want to save everybody that I can and be good and be a light that people can rely on because I had incredibly kind, down to earth parents that were just farmers. And like, yeah, that really kind of showed or shone through in his character in this one that I don't know if it was hit on that all that much in previous iterations of Superman.
Yeah, he remember he's still kind of young in his career here. Remember
Mm,
in the original Superman, the 78 version, he goes to he goes to the Fortress of Solitude where he throws the little icicle thing, and then the fortress grows out. And I think he's like maybe in his 20s when he throws the thing, and then he goes into the fortress and he meets his dad, and then he comes out of the fortress full as Christopher Reeve. So he's been in that fortress for like a good decade or so, just learning about the world and stuff.
hmm.
Obviously, in this movie, he went to Smallville because we can see in his bedroom there's a Smallville poster or banner.
Yeah.
So he did grow up here. He didn't like go as a 20-year-old and disappear then come back.
Hmm.
So he did have all that time to, get raised by Mom Pa Kent,
Yeah.
which we should probably bring up really quick here. Did you like Mom Pa Kent?
I did. I mean, I thought, yeah, I thought they were um, just real nice people, and like, yeah, that tender moment that he had with Pa Kent, as he's eating his bowl of cereal,
Yeah.
letting the sun heal him again. I mean, I remember seeing a lot of like threads posts saying that they're like ugly crying in the theater when that scene happened, and I don't know. I thought it was a tender moment, but it didn't like make me bawl my eyes out or anything. But
My wife was crying during that part.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I caught feels for a second. I was like, oh, I kind of because it was in the trailers.
yeah. So I kind
So
of I knew it was coming,
yeah,
and
but in context, I was just like, I was watching. I was like, oh, I was like catching me off guard here for a second here, like, because
mm,
we both got kids. I think if you come
yeah.
from a loving household, you probably catch some kind of feelings from it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I definitely felt the feels, but it
yeah,
wasn't like, "Ugh."
yeah. Like I didn't think it was gonna because we saw it in the trailers, but there was a whole thing build up to it, which
Mm,
which I thought worked.
yeah.
I know there's a lot of stuff where people were just like, oh, they're really like podunks. They're overdoing the accent, the southern accent, and all that stuff. And like, personally know people on YouTube in our space who have the same accent. If you know who you are, leave a comment down below. So I know real people that talk like that.
Hmm.
My dad's mother talks like that. She's, guess where? From Arkansas, which I believe is
Hmm.
Smallville's in Arkansas. She talks like that too, which would be my grandmom, who I haven't seen in quite a long time. She talks like that too. So I can kind of get like sometimes when I do a Texan accent, Southern accent, I can talk like that too and just talk a little podunky. But
Right.
I mean, there's real people like that. I know people like that. So I just
Hmm.
saw it as like, oh, Superman really is total opposite of Mom Pa Kent from Man of Steel
Yeah.
because they're like, obviously they got some money in Man of Steel. They got that big farmhouse and everything like that.
Hmm.
They look like movie stars, Kevin Costner, and you
Right.
know they look like perfect parents. Where these guys are just like normal, everyday people. Like I'm sure
Hmm.
some of us probably have parents like that. Just
Yeah.
normal. They probably don't have a lot of. They obviously they don't know how to use tech because the mom was trying to speak into the
Right.
phone. She's like leaning over the table talking into the
Just
phone.
far away from the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Pa Kent was like all, feelings all hurt when Lois flew him back after she got beat up by the kaiju. Oh no, after they rescued him from the pocket dimension. And you can
Yeah.
see how his dad was like really, like caring for. They both parents were like really caring for him.
Hmm.
They're just real normal folks. So I kind of got that. I was like, okay. I was like, I know people are gonna laugh about this because of that accent because I think it was kind of juiced up just a little bit to get some laughs, but also to kind of make them the total opposite of Jarell and Laura, who obviously.
Yeah. Right.
So I like the mom and pa Kent scenes, which I think there were only like two or three very short moments.
Yeah. Very, very
Yeah.
sporadic, minimal. Yeah.
But then you did get the sense of like they're really caring parents, and that's why Superman was the way he was in this movie,
Hmm.
which, by the way, is missing from Man of Steel.
Yeah, for sure. And that plus that whole scene where he holds out his hand during the tornado and is like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Don't save me." It's like, come
I was
on.
like, I watched it again. Watched it again this afternoon. I was just like, let me just watch a few parts.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay. I was like, I get what Zach was doing here, but it was like, you're really hamming it up here. I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
supposed to be an emotional thing, but it really wasn't emotional whatsoever.
Hmm.
It was like you really just trying to. I don't know if you were trying to elicit some emotion out of us, the viewers. It just doesn't work.
I know, because on Threads, man, like Threads is like kind of my go-to uh, social media app right now, just because I get like a lot more engagement, and this just seems more interesting with some of the topics that people bring up. But like pretty frequently, somebody will ask on Threads, "What's the worst like death scene, or what's the worst story arc in a movie you've ever seen?" And like almost always is a picture of you know Clark's dad holding up his hand,
Yeah,
Kevin Costner holding up his hand. So yeah, I don't think the majority of people like that scene at all.
yeah, yeah. It was just bad. It
Yeah.
was bad. It looked good in 3D and it sounded good in Atmos. I will give it that.
Ah, yes.
So it's okay. What did you think about the evil parents' plan to take over this? Did we get into that already? I feel like we did.
I
Yeah,
mean, we got into it a little bit,
yeah,
but yeah, I think it was. I mean, it's just culturally speaking.
mm,
I can see that it's probably in their minds they thought it was just totally cool. you
yeah,
know, this is how we would do it on Krypton. So
yeah,
you do what you need to do to stay relevant and be above everyone else on Earth, because that's probably just how their mindset was.
yeah,
So can't really blame them, I guess, if it's just
yeah,
part of their culture.
yeah. I mean, you can also look at it as like, I guess they were like, you're going to be stronger than everybody else there, and they're kind of simple. Maybe if you go there, you can make that species better by, spreading your seed and making the population there better people. Whereas obviously that's different for earthlings to think about. Like, oh, he's just going to have harem of women and all that stuff. So
Right.
I guess we don't know what an alien race would think.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Um, the word is that they might be doing a Daily Planet TV show based on the characters.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think there's gonna be a Supergirl movie, like a
Yeah.
standalone movie, and then something else, and then yeah, some TV series that's coming out on HBO, I think.
Yeah, I know there's Lanterns, Green Lantern show coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like that I could have been, watching the movie, like it goes pretty quickly. Like I saw it three times and I thought it was be fast paced all the way through,
Hmm.
which I did feel like there's probably a lot of the Daily Planet stuff cut out of the movie, especially with Clark. 'Cause Clark was only
Oh yeah,
Clark for like one scene.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But one or yeah, maybe two tops But
Yeah.
yeah, he wasn't Clark all that much.
So I feel like there was probably some better, more camaraderie in the Daily Planet itself. But everybody did get their chance to shine. Like Jimmy got his moments, Lois,
Hmm.
Perry White was kind of shortchanged. I think he only had like a couple lines in the movie, but I mean,
Yeah.
he had one funny one at the end where he was just like, "How long they been hooking up?" Jimmy's like, "I
Right.
think 3 months."
Yeah.
They had Cat Grant with the with the cleavage the whole time. I
Hmm.
was like, "Wow, okay." I know there was,
Another another threads um, post that I saw was, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Superman for the plot, and then it says the plot, and it's just like pictures of her with her
yeah.
cleavage out. It's like, oh yeah, I get that now.
I liked the. I wish there was more of it. I know you were like that. That interview scene was a little too long, but I thought there should have been more stuff with Lois and Clark because
Yeah.
there, most of these comic book movies, there's no romance in any of the MCU that I can think of, and none in the
Yeah.
Snyderverse. There's no romance in the Snyderverse either.
Yeah, there was a lot of kissing in this one.
Yeah, like they were getting it on the first time Lois goes into the apartment. I think Clark picks her up, puts her on the counter, and they're just like
Hmm.
going hot and heavy. I was like, whoa, sorry. I say these guys are, when you first go out with somebody new, you're always kind of like making out and stuff.
Yeah,
They're kind of like freshly in the
really
holly
exciting.
in the honeymoon phase of their relationship, and they were going at it.
Yeah, because they said they've been together 3 months, so
Yeah,
that's
three
not
months.
that's not very long at all.
Yeah. They have that other scene where he got back and that alien is fighting outside. The whole punk rock scene. I thought that was good. That was a good touching moment between the two, which
Mhm.
shows. I think that's the first time that Superman says "I love you" to Lois, and Lois doesn't
Yes.
reciprocate back. And
Right.
then towards the end of the movie, of course, we see this scene of them floating up in the air and they're kissing. They're
Hmm.
kissing once again. They kiss 3 times in the movie:
Yeah.
the beginning, middle, and at the end. So a
Right.
three-act kissing scene.
Right.
And that was a good scene too because now it's like, oh, she's no longer the hardened reporter girl that Lois is supposed to be. She's like, I love you, Clark.
Yeah.
And then they have their moment at the end. I was like, ah, man, that's a sweet moment too. So that worked.
Yeah.
I would have liked some more interplay with them, maybe at the planet, but I feel
Right.
like there probably was a lot of more stuff that was probably just shaved off.
Yeah, probably. It kind of feels that way.
Mm.
Or again, yeah, maybe more that'll be fleshed out if they do have a Daily Planet series,
Yeah.
because they couldn't get to it all in the matter of 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever.
The credit scenes, I know there is two of them. One of them is from, I believe, a comic book. It's like a shot from one of the comic books. I don't know which one, but I know
Mm.
I've seen it before, which is just Superman sitting on the moon with Crypto. Crypto gives him a hug. And how can Superman fly out to the moon in space, but when the nanobots go into his lungs and take out all of his air?
Yeah.
How
Well,
did-
we don't see he's facing the earth. We only see his back, so maybe he has a special apparatus he's wearing that we don't see. I don't know.
and then the second post-credit scene is of them, Mr. Terrific and Superman, looking at a building that's not quite put back together and lined up properly, and they have a funny moment between those two guys. And none of the post-credit scenes really have anything to do. It's just kind of a waste. I felt like it was kind of a waste of time, unless I'm missing something that maybe you guys know in the chat what those two post-credit scenes are alluding to. But I felt it was like absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I mean it because that was the thing with a lot of the Marvel post-credit scenes is like they would hint at
Yeah.
something that was about to come. But yeah, not really much here.
Unless he didn't want to do that, just in case Superman bombed, he didn't want to tease something that wouldn't come. Maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe he just wanted to differentiate it from Marvel, because that's like such a Marvel thing to do.
Yeah.
So,
Um, The cheesy stuff. I think we talked about the Proton River.
Yeah.
The monkeys were a little cheesy. The what else? I mean, I kind of liked everything else about it. I mean, like I said, man, the first time I saw it, I didn't like it. I liked it. I was like 50-50 on the movie. I just thought some of that stuff was kind of goofy. The second time I went back, I was like, all right, I kind of know what to expect. It definitely plays more like the what is it, the Super Friends? Remember the Super Friends from the
Mm.
80s?
Yeah.
Like the Hall of Justice is in the movie too. There's a pretty big shot of the Hall of Justice. There's a mural, a painting in the Hall of Justice, which shows like some of the Justice Society, I believe, like the old
Yeah.
Flash and stuff like that, and those older characters. Like
Hmm.
that's in the movie. I mean, they've been around for 300 years, so of course they reference that if you caught
Right.
it.
Right.
So so it is very much like the cartoon, and then I believe he took some inspiration from some of the comic books. So, I mean, if you go into it thinking you're going to get a Man of Steel type of stoic Superman, that's not in this version. He's still a young Superman. He still talks like maybe he's freshly out of college sometimes.
Hmm.
He doesn't always he thinks he's making all the right choices where sometimes maybe Mr. Terrific or Lois will say something, he's just like he stops to think about it, where he knows maybe he did make the wrong choice. So
Hmm.
he's not 100% confident in his abilities, I guess. So I think some people didn't like that about the movie, where they just want Superman to be like all powerful.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I get it. I think it's because James Gunn apparently, just like Marvel,
Mhm.
he has a 10-year plan.
Yeah,
So this is just the beginning. So I imagine, as this 10 plan unfolds, then he's going to get more and more confident. And maybe by the end of this 10-year story arc or whatever, then he'll be like the ultimate Superman that we all kind of associate our yeah, associate with, where he's just, kind of flawless and
yeah,
unbeatable and, always carrying himself with this air of confidence. But yeah, right now he's just kind of still trying to figure it out. And I don't know. I
yeah.
like it.
I mean, we got a little bit of it when they're fighting the kaiju, where he's trying to tell the Justice Gang, how to handle things,
Hmm.
but the Justice Gang just doing their own thing. Like Guy Gardner. Oh, we didn't talk about Guy Gardner. Maybe one of the best parts of the movie.
Hmm.
He has that scene with Lois where he's just like he's explaining the glasses. He's like, so you know who he is?
Right.
He wears glasses, and she's like, yeah, I know who he is. He's like, when you wear the glasses, it changes what he looks like in your mind.
Like
So he's
hypnotic
Clark Kent.
glasses. Yeah.
He's like, so you're just telling me. What if I didn't know?
Right.
So I mean, so that explains why his secret identity, which I'm assuming, because he asks Mr. Terrific, did Mr. Terrific make the hypno glasses? Is what they're called in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be, that very well could be true.
But he's got a lot of good lines in it. Hawk Girl had very little to do except for shrieking every time she was in a battle.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll flesh her out maybe in a Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Terrific was probably the scene stealer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't think
There,
his bubble fight scene was that good though.
didn't think so.
Nah, because it
I
was kind of like from the perspective of Lois. Like if the camera was behind Lois, he was just kind of looking around. He was outside of the bubble fighting. It was
right.
kind of like that hallway fight in Guardians 3, except
That's what I mean.
yeah,
That was such a James Gunn scene.
yeah,
He loves having this crazy like one shot
yeah.
action scene, and yeah, that was it.
But everything was kind of like he was on the outside, and we were just looking at him fight. Like I
Mhm.
want some more close up stuff of him knocking dudes out, punching and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
because he does that a lot in the movie from that
Yeah.
close up perspective of heads and stuff zipping around in 360. But for
Mhm.
this scene, it was just wasn't. It didn't quite hit. I saw it 3 times. I was like, it just doesn't hit for me right. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
didn't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was probably like the coolest guy. I think he might get a TV show too. That's the word. He might get an HBO Max show.
So, yeah. A lot of buzz around Mr. Terrific.
Did you? What do you like better, this or Man of Steel?
I liked this because again, it's early Superman where he's still trying to figure things out. It's bright, it's colorful, it's lighthearted but emotional and funny. Very, very comic booky. Um, I I appreciated at the time that Man of Steel showed us, especially just because of the how much better CGI had gotten at that point when Zack Snyder
Yeah,
made the movie. Like you could really show just how powerful and fast Superman was for the first time, because of all the CGI tricks you could do. And so I remember seeing that in the theater and being like, "Oh man, okay, this is what Superman is like, and
yeah.
this is how fast he is." But my biggest gripe with Man of Steel is that, oh gosh, who's the main bad guy? Michael Shannon.
Oh,
That
Zod.
yeah, him and Zod like just punch each other to buildings over and over and
Very
over.
Matrix 2.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, okay, we get it. You're like super strong. You're just throwing each other into buildings, punching each other in the buildings. It just became punch fest to me.
yeah, yeah,
That's really all they did. So, yeah, because that it was like I don't know about the midpoint, but most of Act Three was just punch fest.
yeah.
So that's where I thought it kind of fell off the rails. But I know not everybody has that sentiment.
Let's not forget people hated it when it first came out.
Yeah, true.
So there's like this big narrative that everybody loves it now, which is really weird.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
Just give it time, or yeah, just have something else come in its way, and then that's when you see all the Snyderverse people coming out
it's
of the woodwork and saying that was so much better than this stupid Superman in 2025. When back then, those
yeah,
same Snyderverse people were shitting on it.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's crazy.
it,
I can't open Facebook without there being a restore the Snyderverse post. It's like, dude, it's like these guys are going to be like 50.
uh-huh.
They're not coming back
No,
to
let
do
it
another Man of Steel
go.
movie, man. It's never happening, Nick, ever.
No.
Even if this movie bombed, it would never happen. Is
Mm.
it a shame that Man of Steel 2 didn't happen? Yeah. I mean, Man of Steel still it's a really good movie. There's definitely some
Oh yeah.
major flaws in it, but I did enjoy it.
Hmm.
It's definitely a different take on Superman. There was definitely a lot of doom and gloom in it.
Yeah.
Um, a totally different Superman than what I think most of people think of Superman. He definitely wasn't the Boy Scout, but then it was kind of like he was only Superman for maybe like a week in Man of Steel. So maybe he didn't get to the point where he was like saving kittens and trees and squirrels. So yeah, I mean, I like both of the movies for different reasons. I like the serious take on Superman, Man of Steel,
Mhm.
but then again, I remember even now if I watch Man of Steel, like I don't go thinking, man, it's just like so great. It makes me feel good when I see it.
Mhm.
I saw Superman 2025 3 times. I was like, that's a feel good movie. Like I can see myself watching this multiple times, which I
Yeah.
did. I saw it 3 times. And I was
Yeah.
like, I had a good time with it. The first time I was like, eh. The second and third time I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a fun. It's goofy. It's corny. It's goofy, but it is like an animated. It is like the Super Friends adventure, or like another episode.
Hmm.
And it was just a fun movie. And there's a lot of heart in the movie as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
which. no heart in Man of Steel. Like really,
No.
really zero. It was just all action.
Blackheart.
Yeah.
I
Um,
remember I watched uh, Chris Stuckman,
yeah.
and I watched his review on this Superman. And yeah, he was like, I loved it because it reminded me the most of one of my favorite shows of all time, which is Superman, the animated series from the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The the thing that I don't know if they would do it or not, but putting Robert Pattinson's Batman together with this, like I don't know if they could do it because
Oh,
you
wow.
saw that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I own that one. That's
Because
two totally different tones.
it is. And I was thinking, like, how would they do, even if they didn't use Robert Pattinson, how would they mix Batman in this world? Like, what would he even be like? Would he be a little campy
Yeah.
or is he going to be super serious? Like, I wouldn't know how they would do that. But then at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like in the Batman, that happens in year two of him being Batman.
Hmm.
The Superman, this is year three of him being Superman.
Right.
So they're kind of, on the same level as far as their crime fighting careers.
Hmm.
Superman's got a year ahead of him. So I don't know if that was maybe part of the thinking that they could join forces at some point and
Hmm.
mix tones somehow. Maybe they come out with a Superman Part 2. He's a little bit more of the stoic, epic Superman he grows into his,
Right.
which he becomes a little bit more serious, and then they can intermix Robert Pattinson's Batman in it.
Yeah.
But then again, there was a lot of cartoony stuff in Superman, so I don't know how they can move away from that and mix
I
Batman
know,
together.
right? I really liked how the Batman with Robert Pattinson showed him as like a really good detective,
Yeah.
because that's what DC stands for, Detective Comics,
Yep.
and that's the first time you saw Batman because he is a detective, and yeah, they really leaned into that part of his
Yeah.
personality, so I really liked it that way.
And I mean, Superman plays very much like that too, because Bruce Wayne was barely in the Batman.
Hmm.
Clark was barely in Superman,
Yeah.
which I like. Because when we're watching the cartoons, like I don't want to see Clark Kent in the cartoons. I want to see Superman.
Right.
I don't care about Bruce Wayne. I want to see Batman, which is what we got in both of these movies. So
Hmm.
I did dig that. But Man of Steel, though, listen, you can like both franchises. Man of Steel's not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
No.
We're never going to get a Man of Steel sequel, so you can throw that out the window. But it
Hmm.
doesn't mean everybody has to like crap on Superman the movie. It's
I
still
know, right?
it's still an enjoyable movie.
Yeah. You
It's
can
like
like both.
you can like both. And the trailers really don't give you exactly what the movie is about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different. Yeah, it's different for sure.
Right.
The AV experience. How did you like the audio and video at your theater? And what are you expecting when it comes at home?
Uh, well, since I saw it in the XD format at
Yeah.
Cinemark, um, it was actually really cool how, like, because I'm watching the trailers before it starts, and I'm actually taking a mental note, like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see black bars on the top and bottom of this trailer. But then when the trailer came out for the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's film that's coming out next summer,
Yeah.
which is completely
IMAX.
shot on IMAX cameras.
Yep.
So I did notice that trailer, boom, it took up the entire screen, top, bottom, left, right, because the aspect ratio to this particular screen
Uh,
definitely looked like it was like, 4:3 or, 1.43 to 1, like
mm,
an IMAX screen would be. So it was pretty cool how the entire Superman movie took up every inch of that screen. There were no scenes
right.
because when it first started off, I could see that it was taking up the entire aspect ratio. And I'm like, oh man, are they gonna like cut to certain scenes and it's gonna be cropped in a little bit? But no, it was wide open the entire
Mm,
time. So it just seemed so massive. So that was really cool. Um, the audio, I don't know, man. going to see stuff at the theater now that I'm in this hobby, I'm neck deep in this hobby now, and I've listened to a lot of stuff on this theater behind me. I'm kind of not enjoying the surround aspect of movie theaters anymore because it just seems because movie theaters, everything is up high and kind of
Hmm.
shooting down. So even your surrounds, even your surround backs, they're like way up high shooting down so that the entire theater can get, everything. Um and like I got a slight sense of height effects at times, but at the same time it's like I didn't really hear anything behind me except for like maybe just sparse effects. Um so the only I mean the real good part of it was just the fidelity that was coming out of you know, the LCR from behind the screen, but also the bass was great. Because there were definitely a lot of moments that like shook my entire chair and like rumbled my chest and stuff like that good cinematic bass that you want to
Yeah.
feel in theater. So yeah, bass response was great and the aspect ratio was great. But yeah, the surround, I'm really looking forward to watching it in this theater because it just seems like it's more immersive when everything is on my ear level
Yeah.
and and above me, as opposed to just everything kind of pointing down at me because it's this massive theater.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it in Dolby twice, and then I saw it in just a regular 3D theater, which I think is only 5.1, and that's because it's like in a smaller auditorium.
Yeah.
The Dolby theater didn't have almost barely any bass in it. So I was,
Really?
yeah, it was weird.
Oh.
So I was, when I saw it the second time, I was just like, oh, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But there was like no bass in it. I saw it the second time in 3D, and there was a lot of bass in it. So I was like,
Oh.
wow. I said, what happened to yesterday's experience?
Yeah.
I was like, so I was like, yeah, cool. So it sounded good. There was a good amount of lower channel in the 5.1 presentation I saw. In the Dolby, I think I only heard a couple of things in the height channels.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know what to think. Like it sounded better in the 5.1 theater. Like the surround was good and the bass was really good. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure what to expect when it comes to the house.
Yeah. Which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like considering, especially, I mean, I know the XD screen has the better
Yeah.
audio system, but I don't know, man. It's loud, but is that better?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting to like I'm really starting to just prefer just a more intimate experience that I can get on a home theater.
I mean, I did write, go on the AMC website and wrote in a little complaint about the lack
Mm.
of bass in their theater.
Yeah.
I would watch it. I might try to watch it again if they reopen the IMAX here within the next couple of weeks. I hear it's coming, it's reopening in August. So
Mm.
I would assume they're probably going to change speakers. I know they're getting dual laser projectors, hopefully recliners this time, and hopefully
Mm.
some new speakers. Because the
Yeah.
IMAX here usually has way more bass than the Dolby Cinema here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know Dolby's supposed to be like there's supposed to be quality control in all these Dolby cinemas. Apparently, that's not the case because I've heard some people have better experiences than what I've had.
According to the comments, yeah, I saw it in Dolby as well,
Yeah,
and
there you
there
go.
was tons of bass.
Yeah, not on the one I was in, that's for sure. So I mean, they've been Warner Brothers has been knocking it out of the park this year because all of their releases have been pretty big. Sinners sounded awesome. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I saw it in 70 millimeter,
Okay.
um, but it was also in Oakland because it was one of the ones that Ryan Coogler said you could see it in
Ew.
70 millimeter when he had
Yeah.
his whole like spiel on aspect ratios.
Yeah.
So I drove down to Oakland and saw it. But my only complaint is, even though it was, CinemaScope and 70 millimeter film, that was dope. But it was in a theater that used to be like a stage theater
Yeah.
that was then retrofitted to be a
For
movie theater.
yep.
So the there was it didn't seem like there was a lot of treatment. It seemed like a lot of stuff was kind of bouncing around, and
Yeah.
the dialogue just kind of sounded like it was bouncing off the stage and then hitting us.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sound wasn't,
So this was like
all
an
that.
exhibition type of thing. It wasn't in an actual movie theater.
Well, no, it is a movie theater. Like,
Oh, okay.
that's all they show nowadays in this particular venue is movies. But the fact that they retrofitted it
Gotcha.
from when it used to be, I can only assume this particular theater has been around for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Um, like from when San Francisco and Oakland were like first founded or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems like, because it's beautiful.
Hmm.
Just the tapestries, and like, because you can even see like box seats like way
Oh,
up,
yeah.
like an actual like theater.
Yep.
So like it's like in that respect, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. But yeah, acoustically, yeah, wasn't that
Because
great.
I think Sinners just came out on 4K Blu-ray last week, I think. So
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So I mean, but that sounded good on the home on 4K.
Mhm.
Minecraft, probably one of the best sounding movies I've heard in 4K this year.
Really.
F1 is a Warner movie, which,
Hmm.
at least from the trailers on Apple TV, sounds amazing.
Hmm.
Also sounded really good at the theater as well. And then what else did they? Bloodlines, which is on now on 4K, I reviewed. That sounded pretty good as well. Not crazy good, but as far as like Sinners, Minecraft, Bloodlines, all really solid Dolby Atmos mixes. So good track record so far for this year for Warner Brothers, which I'm hoping Superman would sound better.
Yes.
Cinematography wise, how'd you feel about the look of Superman?
Um, I mean, like I said, I did like how just the stark contrast between Zack Snyder's
Yeah,
version and this, how it was just so colorful and bright. At the same time, there were a lot of scenes that were like lit, just where you could just see everything. Like, not exactly as cinematic as you would expect.
yeah,
Like almost like a TV series,
yeah,
or yeah, like a CW show,
yep,
because everything was so well lit. It's
yep.
like, where's like the cinematic mood lighting and stuff?
Yeah, it was like clearly digitally shot.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like some parts. You remember Superman Returns? How it kind of has that glossy sheen to it,
Mm. Yeah.
kind of like that. Like the colors were really, I get it. They wanted to be like a comic book, but you could
Yeah.
still throw in some fake grain or something like that. But it did look a lot like a CW show.
Yeah.
I was watching the interview part, and I was like, this is not very cinematic. It just looks like they shot it on their iPhone or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it was just missing that cinematic feel.
Mhm.
And I saw it in the Dolby Cinema, and the Dolby has, at least mine, the one here is in 2339,
Mhm.
so it was full screen only in the middle. So there's black bars. So I'd
Mhm.
only assume in IMAX it's probably even more noticeable,
Yeah.
or at least in a top quality IMAX. Yeah, I
Right.
just didn't. I mean, during the fights and all that stuff, where everything was heavily CG. I mean, that stuff looked fine, but
Right.
just like the normal people talking stuff, yeah, it definitely felt like a TV show more than a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think it's probably going to look really crispy and sharp and detailed when it comes to 4K. So I'm sure it's
Yeah.
going to be very Aquaman. Actually, Aquaman looks a little more cinematic than this movie did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like the some bright specular highlights and stuff, and
Yeah.
but yeah, at the same time, it was just something about it. Like the lighting
Yeah.
kind of looked a bit flat
Yeah.
at times
Yeah, it was just
instead
too
of a lot of depth and
yeah, very clean. Very clean
yeah
movie.
yeah
It looked a little bit better in 3D because the 3D glasses dim the image. So I mean, there was that.
right.
There's that. Um, all right, let's see. So I would expect probably in another 2 months or so, it'll probably come out in 4K, on digital streaming first, and then
Yeah.
Cloud Escape, and then
Right.
2 months we'll probably see the disc.
Yep.
But all right, man. A question is for you guys: did you guys like Superman? Which one do you prefer, Man of Steel or Superman? Leave your comment down below. But let's see. Do we have any questions here? There is a big plot hole in Superman. Why couldn't Superman, with his X-ray vision, see Ultraman's face? He should have known long before that Ultraman is a clone. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
No, the thing he was wearing was
Made of
X-ray
lead. It was made of lead, probably.
impenetrable something. But yeah.
The bigger plot hole is how didn't Lex know Superman was Clark with his DNA and a whole clone? Well, because Clark is only Clark when he's wearing his glasses.
Right. Even
Because
Lex was fooled.
he's got his hypno glasses, remember? So he's just going to be Superman. Yeah, Dolby had a ton of bass. With the audience, I watched it last Friday. When the movie was over, everyone left in silence. No comments, no cheering, no clapping, just silence. I want to say the first showing I had, people did clap. The second and third, nobody clapped. But then again, my area, nobody ever claps. And I've been to a lot of opening night movie premieres. Even for Wicked and Barbie, nobody. My area, nobody cares. So I think it's just where you're from.
Geographically, it depends.
Yeah.
Although I know in Japan, silence is the biggest form of respect.
Hey, there you go. Like, just shush your mouth. I mean, the last one I went to yesterday, there was actually a lot of kids there. Like the theater was jam packed. So many kids were just running back and forth. I was just like, dude, you guys control your kids, man. Just
Oh man,
sit down.
did they have Superman capes on?
No, they did have sodas in their hands though.
Oh no.
Why should people like it when they really don't? People are being honest, just like you guys don't like Man of Steel that much. Listen, I love Man of Steel. It's one of my favorite comic book movies. Everyone is going to have different opinions, and that's okay. We didn't say they should. Did we say that everyone should like the movie?
Yeah.
We said it's okay to like both.
Yeah,
People
it's
just like to
okay
hate on
both.
shit.
It's okay to dislike both. It's okay to like one over the other.
Yeah.
Well, there's well, we already said that we like aspects of both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So guys are getting a little
take
triggered
that
here.
how you wish.
In the Avengers, most of the main characters got their own standalone movies, some only on Disney Plus. I am pretty sure the Justice Gang won't be getting their own standalone movies. Maybe Guy Gardner. I guess we'll never know. Well, I guess we will know in a couple of years.
Nope, never.
Yes.
Yeah, if anything, Guy Gardner might, just because Nathan Fillion and James Gunn have been working together for decades.
Forever.
So
I was just watching Super today. Did you ever see that?
no, is that that's the one with Rainn Wilson?
Yeah.
No, I never saw that one.
You should watch it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion plays a superhero, a religious superhero. I believe in that.
Nice. Because that's James Gunn too, right? Super?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie felt heavily edited. Yeah, it definitely did. Like, I felt like there was so much missing from it.
Yeah. Give
Uh,
us the James Gunn cut.
Pa Kent lost me. Clark asked, should he have let his classmates die? And he said, maybe. Lost you as in like you start crying, or you're just like, I don't care anymore. But I got
Oh,
what he was trying to do. He was trying to protect his kid. I was like, eh.
yeah.
But
Oh, you mean from the
from the Man of Steel,
yeah, man, I see.
Ma Kent was adorable.
Yeah. Makant.
Oh, come on, man. Gunn made these Kens damn near inbred.
Jeez.
Listen, I know plenty of people with thick accents like that.
Mhm.
That's just the way they are.
Yeah.
That's just you gotta your mind is real negative, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Um, Kevin Costner and Diane Lane were perfect as the Kents. Okay, I guess in
They're
that movie they're good.
they're definitely Hollywood parents.
Yeah, 100%. They're like perfect parents,
Yeah.
perfect skin, perfect grammar.
Don't have accents.
Saving the squirrel was a stretch.
I know, but at the same, I've seen people up in arms about that. But again, it's like because he even says the line, "I like all living creatures." Doesn't he
Yeah,
say that?
yeah,
So not just humans. He likes all living creatures.
yeah.
Why
There's
not?
a character building moment. Lets you know that yeah, he's gonna save everyone. Abundance. There was no romance between him and Lois. They came across as friends with benefits. Really? What movie did you see? I don't know,
I
dude.
mean, at the same time, they're only 3 months into their relationship, so
Yeah, they're still new, but I thought they hit all the notes, man.
yeah. Three kissy scenes. Come on, what
Three
more do you
kissy
want?
kissy. I mean, I thought they were gonna like pull each other's clothes off during the first one.
I know.
Does Lex know Clark is Superman? I mean, he made a clone of him. No, he doesn't because he wasn't wearing his hypno glasses.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, this is what you look like. I wonder if he looks like a different Clark to everybody.
Huh?
Mm?
Yeah, because everybody's hypnotized and
Yeah,
with their own mind. So
yeah.
who knows?
Hi, guys. For me, Superman was not that stoic enough for me watching from the United Kingdom. Well, yeah, we touched into that. I think once he forms the Justice League, he'll probably be the Superman we all know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. He's still growing, just like Star Lord grew during the course of the movie, and Rocket grew during the course of the movie or
Right.
series rather.
Yep.
That was so lame to show Supergirl drunk. I mean, I think that's what she was supposed to be though. Oh, what'd
Yeah,
you
she's
think?
the party girl.
Go Crypto. What'd you think of Crypto? We didn't really talk about that.
I thought Crypto was cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely had some very cute moments,
yeah,
like when he's on his chest when he wakes up at
yeah,
Hawkins. You know, that was cute.
yeah.
But I thought it was actually kind of cool that he was so like an integral part of
Mhm.
helping and saving Superman. Because yeah, we all need friends that can help us when we're in times of need. So the fact that a dog could do it too, and not just the Justice Gang,
Yeah,
just added like a new layer to it that we really haven't seen in any other Superman movie.
the new, the new Rocket for this generation.
Right. Yeah.
Little sister again, Miss Tessmacher is such a ditz in this movie. Man, you must have been watching a different movie, my man. She was clearly taking selfies to hashtag Me Too Lex in the event that she would get beat up. I mean, from the get go. I mean, if you watch the movie, you'd figure out she knew what she was doing. Plus, she had a crush on Jimmy. So I mean, what can you say?
Mhm.
So she wasn't totally a ditz. She had motives, and it paid off in the end.
Yeah. It was just a cover.
Yeah. Heroic Vision. This was a great movie and a return to what Superman's supposed to be instead of the Watchmen version of Superman that is portrayed by Zack Snyder. There you go.
Yeah.
This was definitely more like the Christopher Reeve version.
Hmm.
Given that y'all have amazing home theaters, how often do you go to your local cinemas?
Well, you go all the time.
I go all the time. I live about
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes from AMC, and I have the AMC A list. So, four movies. I don't go to four movies a week, but you get 16 movies a month. So, you can go four movies a week for a month. I go maybe 3 or 4 times a month.
Yeah.
If it's a big movie. Sometimes if I'm editing and I'm just like I get tunnel vision, I get cabin fever in here all the time. I'll go to the
Yeah.
movie theaters to take a nap. I'll just pick a random movie and just go to take a nap. If it's not good, I'll stay awake. But sometimes I just go and just conk out.
Do you purposely try and go to a movie you know hardly anybody's going to be at?
I mean, usually it's during the day. Barely anybody's there, unless it's something
Yeah.
big like Superman or Barbie or something like that.
Right.
Um,
Oh, we
but
got a super chat. Did you
oh,
see that?
oh, here we go. Rather see Martian Manhunter or Wally West Flash? Question mark. Which would I'm sure they're going to make an appearance at some point.
Yeah.
Would Wally West make an appearance? Probably Wally would make an appearance. Martian. I mean, they're building a Justice League, so I'm sure Martian Manhunter is going to make an appearance as well.
I want to see the Flash more so just because I want, just like with how I actually never saw the most recent Flash movie because I heard it was garbage. So I didn't really have a desire to watch it. But like, I don't know, it just seems like they've kind of missed the mark on the Flash. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see how James Gunn's universe would portray the Flash. Like,
yeah.
are they finally going to do him justice and have a character that we can actually love? Because the Zack Snyder Flash, I I enjoyed how he was like the comedic relief,
Yeah.
funny things, but yeah, other
I
than
didn't
that,
I didn't like the casting of the Flash. I didn't like Ezra Miller as the Flash. Especially
yeah,
hated his costume.
yeah,
I didn't think Momoa was the ideal Aquaman either. Like that always kind of bothered me.
yeah,
And I couldn't. Wonder Woman was all right. I mean, she looked like Wonder Woman, but her acting always kind of just. She's a little wooden. I didn't think she was very convincing as Wonder Woman. Plus, she was like too skinny. I don't know, man. Just didn't. Those are the three I didn't care for. Obviously, I would have loved to have seen Batman standalone movie and another Man of Steel,
yeah,
but the other characters just really didn't work that great for me personally. I still
right.
like the Justice League. It's a definitely better. The Snyder Code is awesome,
Mm.
but yeah, the Flash movie just yeah wasn't good. It wasn't good. Being born in '53 myself, Superman will always be George Reeves. Everybody else like a
Oh,
ballerina.
ballerina.
Okay, everybody else like a ballerina. I took it as Lex doctored the message, even though Lex said it's the truth. I don't know. I mean, I guess if there's so much hate, maybe he'll change it in part two. But I think he's going to keep it. I feel like he's going to have to keep it.
Yeah,
This
because
one's clear.
again, like you said, like just the
Yeah.
home videos and images of Ma and Pa Kent at the end makes it
Oh,
seem like he moved on.
yeah. Although would they waste Bradley Cooper? Would they want to give him his like flashback scene or something like that in the future as being loving, or would they show him as a tyrant or something like that?
Mm,
I,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Oral 3D forever. I'm pretty sure that's for you.
Thanks, George, if you're still with us.
It's funny. I thought of Peter Parker when Superman saw that what the media was saying. Yeah, I guess so. There was that, you know, the Times Square thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that message drama was terrible. Way
But
too
it's
much crypto.
honestly, at the same time, that's exactly what's happening right now in this world. The littlest thing, cancel culture, the
Yeah.
littlest thing, man. It
Yep.
gets blasted all over because of social media, and
Mhm.
one night you're a superstar, the next night everyone hates you. So,
I'm pretty sure James Gunn put that in there as a reflection of what happened to him.
hmm
Yeah. Way too much crypto. I thought there was just enough. I didn't think he had too much of a role.
yeah,
Just
he
sprinkled in
was
throughout.
a bit character.
Yeah. But 125 million domestic is okay. Still kind of low. What it should have made. I don't believe that. I think people are so used to all of these really crappy Marvel movies. I mean, let's face it. They've except for maybe No Way Home and Guardians 3, they've all kind of sucked.
Ever since Endgame,
Yeah,
yeah.
ever since Endgame, there's been, for me, two of them that were good. And that's
hmm
it. Deadpool, Wolverine, eh. I mean, it was all
Yeah,
right. I didn't think it was like fantastic or anything.
yeah.
But I think people are just like, another comic book movie. Plus, you're coming
Mhm.
back from the Snyderverse, which was universally kind of hated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, he's picking up from a pretty bad spot. So, 125 domestic is good. It definitely reached its predicted goal.
yeah. Yeah, in 2025, that's
Hmm.
that's pretty good.
I doubt it's going to make $1 billion, but yeah, that's especially coming from what is it, like the second highest grossing movie so far, or opening so far, of
hmm
2025. I agree about the believable part. There are kaijus destroying the city, and people are still hanging around looking at the fight from buildings and streets like nothing. Well, I mean, he set it up at the beginning. They've been around for 300, 300 years, 3 centuries.
hmm
So, gods and monsters, as it was shown in the little preamble,
Yeah,
this is a normal part of life in this universe. So,
right.
plus they're used to seeing Superman for the past 3 years, probably fighting interdimensional imps and other
hmm
beings. So, I mean, dude was eating a burrito or something like that, just looking at the kaiju.
Right. Yeah.
Tyler Doyle loved the movie, 8.3 out of 10. However, a better brain versus brawn test would have been to have Lex screw with Clark's head and mess with his moral compass. Make Superman choose between his family or civilians. Think
Well, I don't think we're gonna see the end of Lex already. He's
he's definitely going to come back in a power suit. I know that. Yeah. Um, I didn't find everything in the movie believable. What the? It's fucking. Of course not.
well.
We're not supposed to.
I think the kaiju comment was in answer to that one. Like,
Or
oh
is,
yeah, because kaiju is everywhere. That's believable.
yeah. Yeah, it's a comic book movie, man.
Yeah.
This movie needed a giant spider in the third act with Nick Cage.
Giant enemy spider.
Jimmy had the ultimate Riz.
Yeah, he did.
What else we got here? Okay, here we go. We got Andy Summers in the house. You know who Andy Summers is, don't you?
Andy and my cats.
Andy
Do I?
Super. Oh, we all knew who Andy Summers is. In fact, I think Andy Summers had a home theater tour on the Movie Collectors channel recently. So, shout out to Andy for inviting a movie collector over to his cribbo to see his home theater, his THX home theater.
Whoa.
So, that's a free plug for your theater, Andy, and my cats. But I think this is going to wrap it up. No more other questions. Any home theater questions that have nothing to do with Superman? Drop them in now while we're still on for the next couple of minutes. But what do you got coming up for on your channel? Anything good?
I do kind of want after seeing Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was just thinking about that.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was trashy.
Yeah, I was so I even dropped a review on my channel of it because I just had to talk about it. I'm like, I wanted this thing to work so bad because
Yeah,
it just seemed like they did all that they could to try and recapture the um, just the essence
the
of the
magic.
original. Hiring the same screenwriter
Yeah,
and Gareth Edwards after doing The Creator, doing everything on 35 millimeter Kodak film,
yeah.
Panavision cameras. Um, but goodness, the story just just didn't work for me. Um,
Dude, it's not even a dinosaur movie anymore. They're
yeah,
like
they're all like
hy
hybrid freak
Yeah,
mutants.
they're monsters now. It's a monster movie.
Yeah,
The magic is
just give
gone.
me good old fashioned dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You can still make a suspenseful, tense filled, scary movie with just dinosaurs. It's possible. I
I
know
mean,
it.
there were some cool like scenes in it. I mean, like Gareth Edwards knows how to shoot a good looking movie.
Yeah.
I think that scene with the Tyrannosaurus looked pretty good. He was like rolling over in bed or something like that. Oh, he was sleeping and he rolls over or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know what happens in the middle because I got so bored. I fell asleep for a good 20, 30 minutes. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it again when it comes to the home, but yeah, it was just not good.
Yeah.
As
Oh.
bad as the last one with the clone girl.
Yeah. And the locusts. It's not even dinosaurs is the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
villain.
yeah.
Come
This
on.
whole, I don't know, need to, it's made over $500 million like worldwide. So it's apparently people still like dinosaurs.
Exactly. Well, it's safe. It's a known IP that is beloved. So
Yeah.
it's safe and it's going to make money. So they're still going to make them. But
Yep.
but yeah, they need to bring on somebody who is just going to I don't know, just has a completely new vision
Yeah.
that is just going to they what they need to do is basically do what's his face? Trachtenberg, who's in charge of the Predator franchise now.
Yeah. 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 That looks like it's gonna be awesome.
Like they need a Trachtenberg that can just kind of rethink everything and think out of the box and revitalize because sadly Gareth Edwards didn't do it.
Yeah. He also didn't knock it out of the park with the creator either. Did you see that?
Yeah, I own that one just because like as like a technical standpoint, I thought it was really cool how they shot everything on location and ILM did the special effects afterwards. I mean, just
Yeah.
like the good old days. So yeah, as on a technical aspect, I really liked it. But yeah, the story was meh.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. I'm not even looking forward to rewatching it again.
BB-8.
Badlands looks so good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've
Did
been
you
hitting.
see the animated one that came out recently?
Yeah, that thing sounded awesome. I didn't. I wasn't expecting it to be good because I didn't like the animation style, but I was like, all right, I'll sit through it. I was just like, whoa, was it this Atmos? I don't know if you saw the Atmos version or not, but the Atmos was awesome.
Wait, how
And
did you see an Atmos version?
you can VPN it from Disney Plus in another country and catch
Because
it
I
that way.
because I saw the Hulu version that was only
Hmm.
5.1.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the VPN. Yeah, good Atmos. I mean, coming from Prey to that, I would just
Yeah,
assume Badlands is going to be awesome.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I mean, man. Trachtenberg, he's got
yeah.
a good Trachton record.
Tron Ares looks like it might be pretty kick-ass too.
Yeah. Jared
I saw
Leto,
that.
though.
Yeah, he's a little.
He rubs me the wrong way,
Yeah,
but it looks
it does look awesome.
spectacular.
I mean, I saw the 3D trailer. 3D
Mm,
trailer looks awesome.
yeah,
I mean, the Tron Legacy in 3D looks awesome. So I'm expecting this to be equally as good.
yeah. You own that on 3D, right?
Yes, I do.
Of course you do.
Killer DTS mix. I mean, if you have the standard Blu-ray, it sounds just as good as a 3D mix because it's the same mix. So if you
Yeah,
haven't seen it in a while, definitely check it out.
yeah.
The entire ending of it is essentially Top Gun Maverick. I don't know
Mm,
how many people have picked up on that, but from the same director, there's. Did you even see the movie?
yeah.
Okay, so where they're in that plane at the end, and the streams are coming around, all the same flying scenes are exactly the same as Top Gun Maverick.
No
'Cause-
way.
Yeah, because I watched it like not that long ago, and I was like, all these aerial moves are exactly the same. So I had to, I IMDb'd it. I was like, oh, this is from what's his name? Krasinski? Not Krasinski. Kozinski? I forgot what his name is,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
same director though.
Right. I wa- yeah. I wonder if he just did a shot for shot remake.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ko, I don't think it's. I think it's Kozinski, not Kokinski. But we get it though. Yeah. So Ares looks good. Fantastic Four. I have no confidence in. That's like in
No, you
11
don't think so?
days. No, I mean the track record says otherwise. It's like no.
I know, but at the same time, I'm hoping this is the start of their upward climb again.
I thought Thunderbolts was getting be that upward climb.
Well, I didn't see that one, but I heard it was good. I heard they had good chemistry and it was funny and no.
It was okay.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
there was a good movie after Guardians 3, I would say this is the next best.
Yeah.
But it was very not woke, but it was very everybody's into their feelings nowadays, talking about trauma and anxiety and all this other stuff like shit that didn't exist when I was a kid growing up. Like we didn't know what anxiety and trauma was growing up. But it's a real big thing nowadays, and it's a really big thing in this movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially for the villain of the movie. I don't want to tell you since you didn't see it, but dude, it's
Right.
on Disney Plus. How have you not seen it? Wait, is
Cause
it on
I
Disney
got
Plus?
because I
No.
got young kids and
The young kids can see this. Isn't it's not? It's a Disney. It's a Disney Marvel movie. It's not. It's nothing bad.
well that and like if I said I want to watch Thunderbolts, they'd be like, I don't care. I don't want to watch that.
It's
They're
yeah.
just
No.
they're almost old enough that they'll start caring about things like that. Right now they're into K-pop Demon Hunters. That's like the thing that has exploded across the entire universe apparently.
I didn't know that
So,
was a cartoon.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like speaking of animation, Sony is killing it. Like anything Sony puts out nowadays is great because they started that whole animation look with the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse movies, and it's the same look, same kind of animation with K-pop Demon Hunters.
Hmm.
But even then, like, because my girls have watched it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times already.
is that good? Have you seen it?
Yeah,
It's good. Is it good?
it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's a musical. They do break out into song because it's
Oh,
K-pop.
okay, yeah.
But
That's
there
good.
are some moments that
Yeah,
are like genuinely funny.
yeah.
So I really appreciate that. I'm like, okay,
Is
all
it
right.
short? Is it like an hour long?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half. It's like you
Okay.
know, as SNL would put it, a short ass movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe I'll check it out then.
it's a good short one.
Did you see F1?
I have not yet, but
No.
you saw it, right?
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Yeah,
One of the better movies I've seen this year, for sure.
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna come on 4K Blu-ray though, or even a Kaleidoscape, because it's a an Apple TV movie in partnership with Warner Brothers. So I don't know.
I
Maybe that's gonna
would
work.
I would imagine because it's in partnership with Warner Brothers and because it came out in the theater that it's gonna have a full like physical media release slash Kaleidoscape, all that stuff.
Did
That
Killers of the Flower Moon, is that on 4K Blu-ray?
oh, I don't know. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was straight to Netflix, wasn't it?
No, Apple TV.
Oh
Yeah. Did you see that?
no.
Yeah, you don't need to see it. It's very, very long and boring. uh,
3 hours.
but I know it's on Kaleidoscape, but only 5.1. And I know it's Atmos on
Really?
on Apple TV. Yeah.
What the
I don't know. So I'm a little worried F1's not gonna, get an Atmos release.
dude?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's odd.
Uh, Here's a question for you. Can you explain the different experience I will have upgrading my current very entry level poke subs to 10-inch? I guess we would have to know what you got now.
The difference you're going to notice is articulation. So, what I mean by that is all the different variations of bass. You got your thumping bass, you've got your rolling bass, you've got your kind of grumbly, like kind of grainy bass, you've got your real fast, like shotgun bass that'll hit you in the chest, you've got the bass that'll rumble your seat. There's so many different kinds of bass if bass is done well. And if your subwoofers are uh, up to snuff, they will be able to replicate all those different kinds of bass. Because I remember, when I first started out with the Klipsch 5.1 theater pack with that 50-watt sub, you
Yeah.
know, like it was basically just one note. It's just like boom, boom, boom. This is bass. But then once I got to the more expensive stuff, then yeah, you can tell that there are many different kinds of bass out there that I never experienced before. So that's definitely what you'll notice if you upgrade. That's my 2 cents.
There you go. Did you know the Severance Season 1 has a Blu ray release, but it's only 1080p SDR? Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you see Season 1?
I saw both seasons.
Did you like Season 2?
I thought I thought it was still good,
Yeah.
but it seemed like there was a lot more like filler
Yeah.
episodes in season 2.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they still do it in such a way where I'm still like glued to the TV wanting to know what happens next.
I feel
But
like these big gaps though between seasons is like you don't know what happened in season 1. It's like been like 2 years or something like that. It's like,
mhm.
ugh.
I think it was 3
Was it 3?
between season 1 and 2. It was crazy.
I just
Long
found
time.
out that Fubar came back on Netflix. Season 2 of Fubar's out with Arnold. Have you
What?
seen that? That's like a 3-year thing too. Hiatus.
No, I never saw that one. But yeah, isn't that like his like action comedy series?
It's like he's retired from True Lies and he's got a TV show almost.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like that. It's Arnold, so I gotta watch it.
Mhm.
It's decent though. It's cheesy, but I dig it. And yeah, not at most of that Blu-ray, only DTS HD 5.1. Yeah, so I don't know. Some of these Apple releases, I don't know, man.
Dang.
I mean, they're leaving a lot of money on the table if they don't bring F1 on
Well,
physical.
given how like a lot of people think the benchmark in modern cinema for Atmos and bass response is Top Gun Maverick,
Yeah.
um, that because it was directed by the same person, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to try and push for like a big release. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Hopefully. I
Yeah.
would, because it's been out for like over a month, I think. So it
Yeah.
would have to be pretty
So
soon. It's coming out, at least within the next 2 weeks or so.
Mhm.
Shane, what's up? What per lessons do you think sound the best? R7T, S7T, or the ones you got? Well, I think the S7T is going to sound a little bit more detailed on the top end because it's got the beryllium tweeters. The R's are a little bit more neutral sounding, which the
Mm.
R7T is just a bigger version of the R5T that I have. If I had the money to have bought the S7Ts, I probably would have bought the S7Ts, but seeing as I barely make any money, I definitely don't make any money on super chats during these long ass live streams. I can only afford the R5Ts.
Zing.
Suggestions to my wife, who is sensitive bass, but still wants to watch movies with me. I love to listen at reference level. This is from Gamer Life. Let you take that one.
Suggestions to my wife. Sensitive to bass.
Turn down the bass.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's a good conundrum. That's quite the situation to deal with.
You get some butt kickers.
Yeah.
You can feel the bass. Not here, but you can feel it.
Get one of those bass vests. But yeah, probably get some butt kickers and then, or yeah, get some butt kickers as long as you have like an isolated chair, like you have like a recliner to the side and she sits on the couch or something or the love seat. As long as they're not touching, you know,
No
then you
touchy.
might be able to get away with some butt kickers. Other than that, yeah, you just have to turn down the bass, I guess, or
Sorry.
just watch something at reference level when she's not there.
Yeah, sorry, pal. What receiver or amplifiers do you need for those systems to make them sound as good as possible?
Uh,
Probably some $7,000 Marantz amps and processors.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's well, what's he referring to
What
for
receiver
the
or
for
amps do you
those
need?
systems? Oh, just
Yeah.
systems in general.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it depends
you
on your.
need
What's your
uh,
budget? What's the budget?
as good as possible. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely need a preamp processor with external amps, no question. That really brings out um, it, what speakers can actually do and what subwoofers can actually do. And then also, a preamp processor typically has independent subwoofer channels, so that way you can dial those in independently instead of having to deal with tweaking them as a whole, even if you have multiple subs, because yeah, everybody's space is different. Everybody's got furniture in different places. So independent subs and preamp processors with external amps is the best way to actually get your system to shine its best.
There you go. Do you? Oh, wait, Shane, what do you think of the new SVS Ultra Evolution? Have you gotten a chance to hear any of those?
No, but they did just send me an SB 5000 sub.
Oh, one or two.
Just one.
Okay.
But I also have an SB 4000 behind me.
Oh,
So they just wanted to try and like complement that with the slightly newer version because they don't
oh.
sell the SB 4000 anymore. They only have the 5000.
Is that your SB 4000?
Yeah.
Oh, you've had that?
Hmm.
I know that. I thought you had a Purion.
I do. Yeah, those are the two front subwoofers. And then I have one SB 4000 in the rear and then the Stark SW12 on the other rear.
Well,
But
well,
I'm gonna
well.
I'm gonna take out the Stark and put in the SB 5000.
Well, well, well. Didn't know you had so
Yeah.
many subs there.
Fewer. I know it's overkill.
But I have not heard the Ultra Evolution lineup, so I don't have a thought on it, except they look cool. I mean, they have
And
offered me some speakers, but I didn't want to review towers because they're big and
yeah,
I don't want to take up the space.
they're very
Maybe,
large.
maybe I'll get some bookshelves in the future, but
Yeah.
not on my list for this year at least.
According to Andrew Robinson, the new Evolution line is best you can get for
The
that amount of money.
ooh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
What else do you got coming up? Anything else good?
Um. Oh yeah. Kind of got off topic. Was talking about Jurassic World Rebirth.
Jurassic Rebirth.
But after having seen that and Minecraft movie and now Superman, I just wanted to kind of revisit a topic about just the state of cinema right now. How it seems like it seems to be
It's on
on a
the up.
slow
Yeah, it's on the
slow
up and up.
trend up ever since COVID.
Yep.
Um, so it's yeah, just wanted to kind of talk about my thoughts and just how how only major IPs can be successful in the theater, whereas during the 90s or even like the early 2000s, when physical media was a thing, and you could definitely still make a lot of money because of physical media sales and rentals. It allowed for a more diverse selection of movies to be made and put into the theaters, even if it doesn't make its budget back during the theatrical release. It didn't matter back then because it could still make its money through physical media sales. So you could take more chances. Whereas now it's like, oh, it's not some franchise. It's not Jurassic World where we know we're going to make money no matter what. Then never mind. We're not going to put in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to talk about that. That's probably coming up pretty soon. But yeah, the SB 5000. I don't know when I'm going to review it because I got a lot of stuff going on right now outside of my YouTube channel, working for other people. So
Hey, Sinners did a pretty good job as an original movie.
correct, there are
Yeah,
the outliers for
yeah.
sure, and I'm very glad that Sinners did so well because it deservedly needed to do so well, and it knocked it out of the park, man. So yeah, Sinners is definitely an outlier and an example that original movies can do well even today. So
Yeah.
I was very excited about that.
You know, it was pretty good as that companion. Did you see that?
No, is
That's
that
good.
the one with like a robot chick, or like?
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah,
Yeah, I've heard good things. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you should see that. It was good. Um, are you going to review Warfare? There is a little mini review of Warfare on the 2 streams ago with Kaleidoscape. So if
Ah,
you have been missing the reviews, if I didn't do a dedicated review, we usually do the reviews during that monthly live stream that we do every month, which I know not a whole ton of people watch it. I think I average like 2 or 3 thousand views on it. So, but that's where most of the reviews go. If I there's not a dedicated review on it. Sinners was original. Lol. Sinners was a straight rip on From Dusk Till Dawn. Well, it's definitely inspired by it. I believe Coogler had said so much.
listen, Charlie. Listen, if you've read Save the Cat, which is a screenwriting book like I have read, you'll know that there are basically 10 stories, 10 different stories. Every story has ever been written. No matter how many original things you think have been written, it's been written before. So, yes, the storyline itself, like the core plot, sure, it's been written before and it's been inspired by other things like Dust Till Dawn. But Sinners as a whole, totally original. The whole aspect of the just that music scene where it goes through all the music of the decade stuff, and just the way that Ryan Coogler envisioned it and shot
Mm,
it from start to finish. Yeah, it's original, but of course it's inspired by other stuff because there's
yeah.
literally 10 different stories that are going to be told in their own unique way.
Well, there you have it. Just like every action movie is the same action movie.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's a copy of a copy of a copy. I believe Ed Norton said that in a movie.
Yeah.
Uh, so you got that coming up. What other gear you got in there that's coming up?
I did get the new Wim Amp Pro.
Do you like those things or what?
Well, the reason I agreed to get the Winamp Pro was because this one is one of the first ones that actually supports Dolby 5.1.
Oh,
Everything else before it only supported two-channel stereo. And later this fall, I think they're coming out with wireless, like a wireless sub and wireless speakers. So I'm not going to do a review on the Winamp Pro right now, but once they do send me the wireless speakers and the wireless sub, then I do want to do like a full 5.1 review on it and see just how good it is. If to have like a nice little solid 5.1 system, see how it
is it?
goes.
Is this going to be running on what's that wireless protocol they got? WISA? I think it's WISA. Is that
Oh no, I think it's their own proprietary something or other.
Oh,
But again, yeah, I'll have to definitely look into that once I get those actual wireless speakers.
yeah. I
'Cause
feel
I'm
like
not
they're
exactly sure what technology they're running on.
I feel like they're getting out of hand here. I mean, they've got a cheap little popular little streaming device, but now they want to get into home theater stuff. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man, come on.
that's why I wanted to be like on the forefront of testing out their stuff to see how their home theater game actually is, because
Yeah,
they've been
gosh.
just stereo for now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else? Is that it? I mean, dude,
I think so. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
don't
got
really have a
so
lot
many.
of because again, like I said, I'm real busy with the stuff outside of YouTube. So
Mm,
I've gotten a lot of offers, but I'm having to say no to a lot lately because I just don't have the time.
okay. All right. Well, all right. I think we're gonna end it here at 2 hours 17 minutes. Wow. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Thank you, I am to Flycam for the $2 super chat today. Thank you very much. That's $1 per hour, basically, that we earned for this live stream. I had to split that with you, so we get about 25 cents each. So
Yes,
that's your pay for today for joining.
worth it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know in the comments down below. Did you like Superman? Did you not like Superman? Which one do you think was better, Man of Steel or Superman? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe over to Mr. Ealan Osborne, aka Cool Guy. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.